Good morning. Welcome to the Indian Hill Primary School playground. Our playground is divided into numerous different zones. Today, each zone will be defined, and in each zone, the appropriate behaviors will be described and discussed. Zone 1 is where the tables and benches are located. The benches are for sitting on, and the tabletops are for students to play games on, draw, or even read their favorite books.
Hello and welcome to the playground at Indian Hill Primary School. As principal, I invite you to have lots of fun running and climbing and playing because that's an important part of growing up healthy and strong. This playground is designed to be just right for you if you're in kindergarten, first, or second grade. But there are some special things to remember to play safely, to take good care of yourself and your friends. Mr. Mashak, our physical education teacher, is here to explain how you can play safely on our playground during school and after school. I'll be looking forward to seeing you on the playground soon.
Good morning. Welcome to the Indian Hill Primary School playground. Our playground is divided into numerous different zones. Today, each zone will be defined, and in each zone, the appropriate behaviors will be described and discussed. Zone 1 is where the tables and benches are located. The benches are for sitting on, and the tabletops are for students to play games on, draw, or even read their favorite books. Zone 2 is the swing set. The swing set structure, the frame, is made for holding the swings. Please do not climb on top of this structure. The swings are for one person at a time. Your bottom should be seated on the seat, and your hands on the appropriate chains. Swinging backwards and forwards only. When you're finished, please drag your feet to stop. Once you've stopped, step off, and please watch for other swingers so you don't get kicked. Zone 3 is where the tire swings are located. Each tire swing has the capacity to hold 3 children, which means 3 people can use it at a time. When using the tire swing, please make sure that your bottom is seated on the tire and your feet go through the middle and your hands hold onto the appropriate chains. When you're finished, once again, slow yourself down by dragging your feet. When the tire swing comes to a complete stop, step off and allow someone else to have a turn. Zone 4 is the imaginative play area. In the imaginative play area, we have 2 houses and a fire engine. The houses are for playing inside of, not on top of. That includes the windowsills. The fire engine has numerous bars on it. Any bar that is at your waist level, slightly above, you may sit on. Any bar that is over your waist, you can only put your hands on. Please remember to use this appropriately so there are no accidents with you falling off. Zone 5 is the climbing structure. The climbing structure has many different pieces to it. Right now we'll go down and we'll take a look at each one. First, we have the single bars. The single bars you can sit on, you can hang upside down on from your knees as long as you're holding on with your hands. Please remember the only thing you cannot do is stand on them or hang upside down from your knees without holding on. The second portion is the blue chain. The chain can be walked across, it can be jumped on. Please remember you may not sit on top of the chain or on top of the structure holding the chain. Next, we have the S climber. The S climber can be used several different ways. It can be used going hand to hand or hand over hand, as you see the children. The next is the fireman's pole. The fireman's pole, you can slide down or you can climb back up if you're strong enough. As we go around to the side, in the front of the structure, you'll see that there are some rings. The rings, once again, You must use either going hand to hand or hand over hand. You may not skip any rings. When you get to the end of the platform, please step off and let another person have their turn. As we continue around, we'll see the horizontal ladder. Once again, horizontal means it's going straight across, and it is a ladder. On the horizontal ladder, the same rules apply. You can either go hand to hand or hand over hand. You may not skip bars. When you get to the end, if someone is waiting, please let them have their turn. As we continue around, we'll go to the circular horizontal ladder. On this piece of equipment, 2 people can go at a time. On all the other pieces, only 1 person is allowed at a time. On the circular ladder, you'll notice that there are 2 platforms. 1 person can start at each platform. As you go around, please make sure that you are going in the same direction that the other person is going. 1 person at a time, hand to hand or hand over hand. If there are people waiting, please make sure you step off at the platform and give them a fair turn as well. Finally, we have the steering wheel. The steering wheel is a lot of fun. You can go around and around, very similar to the tire swing, but please make sure you don't spin too fast or too long. On this piece of equipment, the one thing that you have to be able to do is get up there all by yourself. No one is allowed to pick you up, and you may not build a base underneath it that will make you taller. Please notice that on the ground underneath this piece of equipment, as well as the tire swings, as well as the imaginative play area, and even the regular swings, there is mulch on the ground. Please remember, there are no tag or chase games on any of the mulch. Zone 6 is the tube and slide structure. As you can see on the ground, there is mulch, so once again, there are no tag or chase games anywhere around this piece of equipment. For this piece of equipment, there are numerous ways that you can get up. The steps are one way you can climb up the structure. The steps you're also allowed to climb down. The rust-colored bars are also different ways that you can get up. There's the spiral climber and the rib climber. Please remember that those structures you are only allowed to climb up. On this side, we also have the rock wall. The rock wall, once again, you are only allowed to climb up. How do you get down, you ask? Good question. There are numerous different slide structures. We have the tube slide over here. On the slides, please remember, 1 person at a time, seated on your bottom, feet first. On the tube slide, please remember when you get down to yell into the tube so the next person knows that it's their turn. The other slides, once again, 1 person on them at a time, going down, feet first. Foursquare is a very fun game. It is played in a large square that's divided into 4 smaller squares. The rules are very simple. There are 4 of them altogether. Rule number 1 says that the person who is in the 1 square is the server. Rule number 2 says the server, when serving, must bounce the ball once, and then, which takes us to rule number 3, they must hit the ball underhand. Any hit that is sidearm or overhand results in that person being out. If they are out, very simply, they would go behind this line and wait their next turn to enter at the number 4. Rule number 4 is very simple. Once you have hit the ball underhand, it must travel into someone else's square. If it does not travel into a square, if it hits a line, for instance, the person who hit it would be out. The children would then rotate from the higher numbers to the lower numbers, and then the new person would be the server. Please remember to show good sportsmanship while you're playing this game, and remember those rules. Person in the 1 box is the server. Bounce the ball, hit it underhand, and it must travel into someone else's box. Thank you and have a great time playing. Good luck. Please remember that all of these structures, the tube and slide structure, the climbing structure, even the swing set structures, and the imaginative play stuff, is to be played upon appropriately. Please remember, do not get on top of any of the equipment, such as the tubes or the tube slide, or any of the railing. The railing is for you to stay inside of for your safety. If you happen to see anything that looks loose or broken, please make sure that you let an adult supervisor know. And please remember, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and take care of your environment.